Welcome back. The man accused of trying to assassinate President Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner is now facing 4 felony counts as the DOJ adds an additional charge for assaulting a federal officer with a deadly weapon. According to a Reuters report, DHS intel suggests Cullen may have been motivated by, among other things, the Iran conflict, citing multiple social and political grievances against the Trump administration. Joining us now is U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Jeanine Pirro. Madam Attorney, thank you for joining us. So you've added a charge. What else can you tell us about this investigation?
Well, of course, we added the charge of the assault on the Secret Service officer, and that adds to the attempted assassination, as you said, transportation of a firearm in interstate commerce with the intent to commit a felony, and discharging a firearm during a crime of violence. Look, Cole Allen was very focused, very motivated, armed to the teeth. He had guns, ammunition, knives, daggers, holsters, wire cutters, as well as needle-nose pliers. He cased the hotel. We know that he intended to kill and assassinate the President of the United States. He did everything he could to accomplish that goal. You know, what his political motivations are things that we're looking into, and we will continue to look into as we try to identify, all of his social media accounts and whatever contacts he had. But I'm not quite ready to say that it was about X versus Y. But what I can tell you is that he hated the President of the United States. He hated the administration. And, whatever that motivation might be, the truth is his intent is the only issue that I'm concerned about, not the motivation so much. But what we're seeing more and more of, Griff, is the fact that people are coming to the nation's capital with the intent to commit political violence. We saw it with the assault on the shooting at the Secret Service agent on the National Mall near the Washington Monument on Monday, and we will continue to see it. People, for some reason, think they can come here and that they can commit these acts that they'll get attention for to exercise their right to complain about what they think is unfair politics. And we've crossed the Rubicon because for some reason they think that they are allowed to violate the law, kill individuals if it satisfies what they think is their political moral compass.
And just quickly, could more charges be added?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not unusual, Griff, in these cases to keep the grand jury and to continue the investigation. Now we've got the indictment. The defendant will now be arraigned on the indictment in the next few days. There is a different judge other than the judge who apologized to the defendant, for the conditions in the facility that he was in. So we will be able to start getting this case on track so that this individual can be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, as will anyone who comes to the district to try to exercise some kind of violence to focus on their political beliefs.
Let me shift to this, Madam Attorney, and that is in D.C. Mayor Bowser says she expects changes to crime reporting after 13 high-ranking MPD officers, including captains, assistant chiefs, allegedly deflated crime stats to make certain areas of D.C. to appear safer prior to President Trump's federal takeover. What can you tell us about that?
Well, my office started an investigation, Griff, in August of 2025, and we interviewed well over 50 witnesses, 6,000 separate police reports. And what we found was that there was an intentional downgrading of crime to make it look as though crime were not as serious as it were. And let me tell you, accurate crime reporting is non-negotiable. Why? It involves the allocation of resources. It involves making sure that victims are protected to the full extent of the law, and it is essential that people feel comfortable where, they live a reality that unfortunately is different from what the crime statistics are saying. And ultimately, President Trump, when he decided to make D.C. safe and beautiful, he came in, put the full resources that we needed to make this district safe. And what we were dealing with were crime stats that made it artificially appear that crime was lower than it really was. And so kudos to President Trump, because it now means that the president has reduced crime even more than we thought. They took assault with a dangerous weapon and turned it into reckless endangerment. They took burglary and turned it into unlawful entry. You know, they took theft of property and turned it into lost property. You know, they would say to a drugstore, you know, even though you get robbed 26 times, we'll come around once a month and you just give us one robbery, we'll identify it. This is the problem, and now it's being rectified. My office got the report done in December. We forwarded it to the Metropolitan Police Department, and now we've got Chief Carroll, who's a terrific chief, and the mayor is very focused on making sure that we have the proper statistics to protect the people of the district. And it's so important as we approach the 250th anniversary of this nation to make sure that the nation's capital is safe for the visitors who come to the district.
Indeed we do. U.S. Attorney for D.C., Jeanine Pirro, thank you for taking time today.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.